In Western astrology, Vesta is one of the four major asteroids, along with Ceres, Pallas, and Juno, that are considered significant in a birth chart. Named after the Roman goddess of the hearth and home, Vesta symbolizes themes of devotion, focus, and sacred service. In Roman mythology, Vesta was associated with the eternal flame and the inner sanctum of both the home and the temple, representing purity, spiritual dedication, and guardianship of what is sacred. Essence of Vesta in astrology. 1. Sacred fire and devotion. Vesta represents the inner flame, the passion or cause that drives us. It's associated with how we dedicate ourselves to something greater, whether that be a career, a spiritual practice, or personal commitments. 2. Focus and commitment. The placement of Vesta in a birth chart indicates where and how we focus our energy, what we are willing to devote time and effort to. It shows where we are capable of intense concentration and where we can cultivate mastery or excellence. 3. Spiritual purity. Vesta also carries themes of sacred purity, not necessarily in a sexual sense, but in the ability to maintain clarity of purpose. It can symbolize celibacy or chastity for some, but more broadly, it relates to a focused dedication that is untainted by distractions. 4. Self-sufficiency and independence. Vesta's energy is self-contained and often associated with periods of solitude or retreat. It encourages an inward journey where one's inner light is tended without the need for external validation or attention. Healing and transformation. As a goddess tied to the hearth, Vesta is also connected to personal and spiritual healing. The flame is not only about devotion, but also about renewal and transformation, especially when it comes to maintaining boundaries and protecting one's inner space. Meanings of Vesta in a birth chart? In the houses. Vesta's placement in the natal chart by house shows the area of life where one is most likely to demonstrate focus, dedication, and perhaps some sacrifice. For example, Vesta in the 6th house might indicate a dedication to work or health, while in the 12th house, it could reflect a devotion to spirituality or a hidden cause. In the signs, the sign that Vesta is in can color how you express devotion and focus. For example, Vesta in Aries may devote energy to pioneering or leading a cause, while Vesta in Pisces may express through compassion, healing, or creative pursuits. Aspects. The aspects that Vesta makes to other planets can reveal how your devotion and sense of sacred duty interact with other areas of your life. A harmonious aspect to Venus might show devotion to love and beauty, while a challenging aspect to Mars could indicate difficulties in balancing personal desires with devotion to a cause. Keywords for Vesta: devotion, focus, sacred purpose, spiritual service, self-sufficiency, inner flame, purity, healing. In summary, Vesta in astrology speaks to what we hold sacred, how we channel our focus and dedication, and where we may find healing through solitude or spiritual service. It represents the fire within, which must be carefully tended to illuminate and guide one's journey. Vesta, the sacred flame in the 5th and 6th house. Vesta in the 5th house, tending the sacred flame of creativity and joy. The 5th house governs creativity, self-expression, romance, children, and the pursuit of pleasure. It is the space where you indulge in joy, fun, and passion. When Vesta is in the 5th house, this sacred flame fuels your creative and expressive side, bringing a sense of purpose and devotion to the things that bring you joy and allow you to shine. Key themes. 1. Devotion to creative expression. With Vesta in the 5th house, creativity is not just a hobby, it's a sacred act. You are likely to feel a deep sense of purpose in your artistic pursuits, whether through art, performance, writing, or any form of self-expression. Your creative work often feels like a personal mission, something that you approach with focus and dedication. 2. Sacred approach to romance. In romantic relationships, you may treat love as something deeply meaningful and sacred. Vesta here emphasizes commitment and devotion in matters of the heart. You might be drawn to relationships that have a sense of purpose, where mutual growth and respect are key. Casual or fleeting romances may not satisfy your deeper need for meaningful connections. 3. Passion with purpose. You find joy not just in any leisure activity, but in pursuits that align with your values or offer some form of personal growth. Vesta's influence encourages you to seek out creative or recreational activities that feel spiritually or intellectually enriching, rather than those that are simply fun for fun's sake. 4. Dedication to children or mentorship. If you have children or work with them in some capacity, you may feel a strong sense of duty toward their well-being and development. Vesta's placement in the 5th house can indicate a deep commitment to nurturing the creativity and individuality of children, whether they are your own or those you mentor. Challenges. Perfectionism in creativity. While your dedication to creativity is admirable, you may struggle with perfectionism. You might be overly critical of your creative work, feeling like it's never quite good enough, which could prevent you from enjoying the process fully. Overfocus on purpose. With Vesta's sacred flame burning in the house of pleasure, there's a risk of taking fun too seriously. You may find it hard to relax and enjoy yourself without feeling the need for everything to serve a higher purpose or to be productive. Vesta in the 6th house, tending the sacred flame of service and health. The 6th house governs work, service, health, and daily routines. It represents the ways in which you contribute to the world through your work and how you care for your physical and mental well-being. With Vesta in the 6th house, there is a profound sense of dedication to service and maintaining a healthy, purposeful life. Key themes. 1. Devotion to service. Vesta in the 6th house emphasizes a deep commitment to your work and the way you serve others. You are likely to take your job or daily responsibilities seriously, often approaching them with a sense of sacred duty. Whether your work is paid or voluntary, you feel a strong need to contribute meaningfully to the lives of others. 2. Focus on health and well-being. Health may become a sacred pursuit for you, with a focus on maintaining balance and wellness. You might feel deeply dedicated to keeping your body and mind in alignment, often turning to holistic or disciplined health practices as part of your daily routine. Vesta's influence here encourages consistency and dedication to healthy living. 3. Attention to daily rituals. The 6th house also rules your daily habits and routines. With Vesta here, you may approach your daily life with a strong sense of order and structure. You likely thrive on creating routines that serve both your physical needs and your deeper purpose, treating mundane tasks as part of your overall well-being. 4. Spirituality in the workplace. For you, work is more than just a means to an end. It's a calling. You may feel that your job needs to align with your values or spiritual path in some way. This placement often leads to a strong desire to make sure that your professional life feels meaningful and contributes to something larger than yourself. Challenges. Overwork and sacrifice. With Vesta in the house of work and service, you may have a tendency to overwork or overcommit yourself to others. You might feel compelled to sacrifice your own needs in favor of fulfilling your duties, which can lead to burnout if you're not careful to maintain balance. Rigidity in routines. While your focus on structure and routine is a strength, it can also lead to rigidity. You might struggle with being too inflexible in your daily habits, finding it difficult to adapt or relax when things don't go according to plan. Vesta, the sacred flame in the 7th and 8th house. Vesta in the 7th house, tending the sacred flame of relationships and partnerships. The 7th house is the realm of partnerships, marriage, and one-on-one relationships. It governs how you connect and collaborate with others on a personal and professional level. When Vesta is in the 7th house, her sacred flame brings a sense of devotion and focus to the relationships in your life, especially in partnerships where mutual respect and purpose are paramount. Key themes. 1. Sacred commitment in relationships. With Vesta in the 7th house, you approach relationships with a deep sense of dedication. Whether it's a romantic partner, a business associate, or a close friend, you tend to view these connections as sacred commitments that require focus, attention, and devotion. You may seek relationships that feel purposeful, where both partners are dedicated to personal growth and mutual support. 2. Balancing independence and partnership. While you value deep connection, Vesta's presence in the 7th house may also make you keenly aware of the importance of maintaining your own sense of identity and independence within relationships. You are likely to be devoted to finding a balance between honoring the partnership and tending to your personal needs and boundaries. 3. Devotion to harmony and fairness. Vesta in this house can lead to a strong desire for fairness and balance in relationships. You may be particularly committed to ensuring that both partners are on equal footing and that there is mutual respect. This focus on harmony can make you a skilled mediator or negotiator in conflicts, as you are dedicated to creating peace and understanding in your partnerships. 4. Partnerships as spiritual practice. You may view relationships as a way to learn and grow on a spiritual or personal level. Vesta's influence could inspire you to see your partner as a mirror for your own growth, and you may feel that your relationships are a form of sacred work that helps you evolve and deepen your connection to yourself and others. Challenges. Over-sacrifice for others. In your devotion to harmony and partnership, there is a risk of over-sacrificing your own needs to keep the peace. You may sometimes put your partner's well-being ahead of your own, which can lead to feelings of resentment or imbalance if your own needs are not being met. Fear of imperfection in relationships. Vesta's focus on purity and dedication can sometimes create an unrealistic expectation for perfection in relationships. You may feel that your partnerships need to align with certain ideals or values, making it difficult to accept flaws or imperfections in your partner or the relationship itself. Vesta in the 8th house, tending the sacred flame of transformation and intimacy. The 8th house governs deep transformation, shared resources, intimacy, and matters related to death, rebirth, and the unseen realms. It is the house of merging, whether financially, emotionally, or spiritually. When Vesta is placed in the 8th house, her sacred flame ignites a devotion to intense transformation, personal healing, and the mysteries of life and death. Key themes. 1. Sacred transformation and inner work. With Vesta in the 8th house, you are likely to approach personal transformation as a sacred journey. You are deeply committed to exploring the hidden aspects of yourself, diving into your shadow side, and undergoing periods of intense change or rebirth. For you, this is not something to shy away from. It's a necessary and meaningful part of life. 2. Devotion to intimacy and merging. In relationships, you are likely to seek deep, soul-level intimacy. Vesta in the 8th house suggests that you approach emotional and sexual intimacy with a sense of devotion and sacredness. You may feel that sharing yourself fully, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually is a form of sacred union, and you take these connections very seriously. 3. Healing through shared resources. The 8th house also governs shared finances and resources, such as investments, inheritances, or joint ventures. Vesta's influence here may indicate a dedication to managing shared resources with integrity and care. Whether through joint financial endeavors or emotional investments, you approach these partnerships with a sense of responsibility and focus on mutual benefit. 4. Exploration of mysteries. Vesta in the 8th house brings a natural curiosity about life's mysteries, including the occult, metaphysics, or the afterlife. You may feel a calling to explore these areas deeply, treating them with the same level of devotion that Vesta embodies. This placement often leads to a fascination with the deeper, unseen forces that shape life and death. Challenges. Fear of vulnerability. While you may seek deep intimacy, you might also struggle with fears around vulnerability and trust. The intensity of Vesta's sacred flame in the 8th house can make you wary of fully opening up, as you may feel the weight of emotional or spiritual merging very heavily. Over-control of shared resources. With such a strong sense of devotion to managing shared resources or emotional connections, there's a risk of becoming overly controlling or possessive. You may feel the need to maintain strict control over what you share with others, whether financially or emotionally, which can create tension in partnerships.